Now it is time for our next review. This podcast is all about the reviews, everybody, and we are going across the ocean into another country entirely.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Not Ghost of Tsushima. We are actually traveling out to Hong Kong Island in
That's
China,
a great game.
everybody.
We should definitely talk about right now. Ghost of Tsushima was amazing.
Also a good game. So we are going to Hong Kong Island for the game that just released, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. It's a game I've been waiting for far too long.
Would you say you've been hyped?
I've been hyped.
So hyped.
And let me tell you guys, I have mixed feelings right now.
Oh, the hypeness
What?
is down.
I have
the
mixed
hypeness
feelings.
is down.
This is my early review of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Let
What
me give you.
universe are you from? This is not the bread I know.
Well, this is also not the universe that knows how to make good games much anymore.
Ubisoft
no, it's
2.0?
it's not terrible, but so here's the situation. So I'm really hyped for this game. I was really hyped, right? I went and bought the Ultimate Gold Edition, $100 game. You know, I want to get all the season passes and all that stuff. You know, it is what it is, right?
Bro.
So that gave me 7 days early access to play the game
Okay.
because this game came out like 2 days ago. So I played it. I've had about 5 or 6 days to play it. I've probably clocked in 5 or 6 hours, give or take.
Okay.
So the whole premise of this, you know, it's a racing game, as you guys know. Racing games are really cool in my world. You're competing to join the Solar Crown. It's an elite racing game competition. You have to do 2 qualifying matches. You meet this lady who's like, yo, I want you to join the Solar Crown. You're like, cool, let's do it. But she's like, but first, let me give you a Lamborghini. Of course, you know, let me give you a $300,000 car, right?
Works.
And then you have to race. And if you win, then you get to move on to Hong Kong Island and actually join the Solar Crown
What if you
and start to.
What's
then
the
you just keep
alternative?
going until you win,
okay.
you know.
Dang.
And then you get sent
what
off to
consequences?
Hong Kong Island to actually start competing in the competition. So you buy your first car. You get to pick from 3 cars. There's this car I never heard of, which I did end up buying because I really liked it. It's called an Alpine. And then there was a Ford Mustang, and then you could buy a Nissan 370Z, I believe. So you get your first car, and you start earning reputation. So the thing that was so great about Test Drive Unlimited back in the day is it was the first racing game that really made it feel super social and MMO style.
Okay.
So like the game had races in it, but the more heavier key to it was like hanging out with your friends in an online experience. So
Brett's problem.
you know,
He has
we
no
could
friends.
I mean, Austin would play with me. So
he had
I had
me.
some friends, you know.
He had me and we played. Remember you
Yeah.
came over, we were trying to install it and I was having
Yeah.
problems.
Had lots of
Eventually-
issues and
eventually I got to
yeah.
play. It was super laggy.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
you jump into it and you can you drive around with your friends, you can build a crew.
Yeah.
And you know, your crew is your like clan or whatever that you can like meet up at a clan house and like that's where you like level up your shit. And this was like back in like 2011 or 2012 or whatever. So it's a long time ago, right? And you can have up to 8 people in that era that are in the world with you. So like it wasn't big enough to where they could have like thousands of people in a game world with you. But as you traveled, some people would drop off in the world and then some would come in. But it felt like you were in a big, huge open world. And you do the clan, you do races, you can just run around and explore the world and just like discover new little hidden hideaways and like, you know, hidden gems and things like that, like little objectives that you can pick up. And it was really, really cool. And so this one we were hoping would like kind of like keep that feeling of just like cruising alive. So like one thing that this game did that no other game really ever did was like they got so immersive with like the mechanics of the car that like you could like when you get into a car to test drive it before you like run it out, like you can open the doors, you can test the horn, you can start the engine, you can raise and lower the windows, like you can do all this stuff with the car. You can interact with it in that way. You can also use blinkers in this game and hazard lights, and there's like all these extra features where people will literally role play and like when they're playing the game, they'll drive around the world and like literally use legit blinkers and follow the road signs and stuff like that as they're playing the game. Kind of insane. But they did bring that to this game. But it also somewhat, for me, kind of loses the essence of the exploration. There's a lot to explore here. It is a big, huge island, but it's like very centered around building reputation to increase your characters level to unlock new stuff. And in that, it's like very much focused on like the races aspect of it, which isn't a bad thing. But this game has some bugs and some issues. For example, when the game first came out, people couldn't connect to servers.
This doesn't look good right here.
Yeah. Visually, it also doesn't look great. It's depending on like your system and stuff like that. It's like definitely lacking in. There's some areas that look amazing, but then like the main city itself, like this part looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it's like down res or whatever, but like when you're in the woods and stuff like that, it looks really good. In the city, it feels low poly in a lot of areas, which is kind of
What
weird.
is that? What are we playing? 2011? No,
Yeah,
2003.
China, man,
PlayStation 2.
it's Hong Kong. Yeah.
It all looks low poly.
All low poly, you know. But when you're running around playing the game and stuff, it's there's a lot of where was I going with that?
All right.
Anyway, so you earn reputation. We'll talk about the graphics a little bit because the game looks fine, but not as good as I expected. And I bought this game on PlayStation 5 with the intent that it would run better than on my PC because I was in the alpha on PC and it was a hot mess for a long time. It was just very, very low performing. So I was like, okay, well, let me get on PlayStation because it's like usually you have a better experience on PlayStation. Well, oddly enough, people are saying that the PC version at retail runs better than the PlayStation version. I was like, God damn it. Are you serious? Like, of course it does. So I'm already, in it on PlayStation, so it is what it is. But it has issues where I can play in performance mode and I'll have moments where like 60 FPS will drop down to 30 and just feel kind of laggy and stuff. And I'm like, man, I wish it should be better, but it's not. But otherwise, like when you're playing through the game, like there's the map's large. There's a lot of variety here. There's a lot of really cool. The races feel good. The cars feel good. There's actually a good sense of speed in this game, which I do appreciate. There's a lot of games nowadays, like every car you get nitrous boost and all this like gimmicky stuff. And this one, there is no nitrous. It's just like you drive. And if your cars, you have to like mod your car to get stronger and better and faster to get further along and stuff like that. So it's more kind of like pulled back in that sense where it's more of a simulator. Even it's not a simulator, but it's like more along that line than like having all the gimmicky stuff that a lot of racing games have these days. And exploring the world is fun. There's some interesting stuff here. I think the UI is very tiny. It's hard to read things, which is weird. And there's no way to make it bigger. So there's moments, and there's also these little like indicators of like, you have your D-pad icon on the screen, and it's like you need to press right on the D-pad, but it's so freaking tiny that I can't tell what they've actually highlighted on the D-pad to know what the button is. You just kind of have to fiddle around with it for a little bit. And that's kind of weird. So it's like, it feels like a B game in a lot of ways, and it's unfortunate because this game has such a strong legacy, and the world's great. There's a lot of cars in here, so it seems. They don't have houses yet, which is kind of a bummer. Like people were excited. Like that was one of the things in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown or Unlimited Test Drive Unlimited was that you can buy houses. And so like part of the experience is like you make a bunch of money, you buy these really nice cars and you load them into your houses. So you own like 10 houses and each house has like really badass cars in it. So you kind of feel like you're a badass. Yeah. Also, the avatars in this game look really shitty.
Yeah.
Like really, really shitty.
His leg is tired, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
How much was this game?
I paid $100 for it.
Fuck,
Okay, but how much is it
dude, you got
normally?
ripped.
Is it 60 or 70?
60. It's a 60 game.
Still
yeah.
got ripped off.
That's
man.
still a rip
This
off.
looks like shit compared to like other
Dude.
games that I've seen.
What happened to?
I don't even like racing
I feel like
games.
racing games usually have like peak graphical
Peak.
fidelity
100%.
Hands
Yeah.
down.
because they're not dealing with everything else
Yeah.
that everyone else is
And
because
this
they're
looks
just
like-
driving.
The cars look pretty good, but yeah, there's
Is this because it's a server-based game and there's like too much to load in and like I don't understand.
It looks like shit.
I think it was just
Dude,
an
it looks
optimization issue.
awful.
I think really what it was is
like
an
even this
optimization
looks
issue.
awful. Oh, this vehicle looks shit.
Yeah, it's
This is sad. This is real sad. Who made this game?
KT Racing, which they're known
was that
for
last game? Brett was
rally,
That was what was the last one you were playing?
probably the Crew Motorfest.
That one looked
That one looked way
fucking
better.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll play that.
So funny story. In playing this game and getting frustrated because one of the issues I was mentioning early on was with the server, because this is an always online game.
Yeah.
Because it's an MMO or whatever. People are also pissed off about that because it's like, why can't I play like single player races without internet, right?
Yeah.
Well, the problem that we were having at launch in early access was you couldn't connect to servers. So when I started playing the game, the first mission you do, you walk into this like server room and meet the lady for the first time, and then it says pick your avatar. So I created my avatar and then clicked to select the avatar, and then it said connection to server lost. And then I did it again, connection to server lost. I closed the game out and went back in, connection to server lost. Every time, so I couldn't get past the avatar creation screen. So I quit and then was like, I'll come back tomorrow, see if it's fixed.
Extra money just to play early. Can't even fucking play it.
I'm in Discord. People are bitching about it, and they're like, trust us, we're going to fix it. It'll be fixed tomorrow. So then it comes out. They fixed it to where I can get past the avatar screen. I go to buy my first. No, I go to do the second qualifying race, and I finish the race, flying colors, first place, disconnecting from server. I log back in. It didn't save that progress. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
What the fuck?
All right. Third time I come to connect to the game. Then I finish that race. I do qualify. I go to buy my first car. Disconnect from the server. And I'm like, man, are you guys like, I feel like at every step of the way, I'm just getting disconnected. Now the servers are fine. Like it's working better now. But it's like the first 3 of the 5 days, 6 days or whatever you had early access, which is fun. And like, this looks like shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, this
looks like
PlayStation
Nintendo Switch
2.
Mortal Kombat
Well, and
graphics.
it's like, why would you build a game with like centered around characters if your characters aren't going to look good? Like it's a racing game. Like don't even pay attention to the characters, you know, like just
Like stylize it. At least make it look stylized.
Yeah.
Kind of like, cell shaded stylization.
Like even the buildings, like inside of them, you can see the windows and stuff. It's just nothing. It's like a painting.
It's copy pasted.
Yeah, dude.
yeah. So in
This is disappointing.
positives to the game is the
bring it,
there
save
there
it,
is a
save it.
lot of things to do. Like there's speed traps, there's regular races, there's car modifications. Just exploring the world gives you experience points. There's aspects to that. And there's a lot of like car dealerships you can go into, and like the interiors are like, it's weird because they made interiors that are it's a little lagging out there too. They made interiors where they're meant to look really, really modern. Like the interiors are meant to look super, super modern, but then they feel bland. They just feel empty. And it's kind of like the interior design was just not on point at all. The soundtrack's great. There's a good soundtrack here. You can play your audio. Sound is very good. Dialogue sucks. Menu design's too small. And it's just like there is so much potential here and so much hype. And people are like, oh, I've been waiting 10 years for this game. And I've been waiting 10 years for this game. And I think there's a good
Nothing under the car.
Yeah. I think there's a good 8 out of 10 that could be here. But right now it's kind of like a 5 out of 10.
Details under the car if you're flipping like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. And it's very, very unfortunate.
Dude, I feel bad for you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is heartbreaking.
If you wanna leave some sympathy, you can go to hello@thegamer.net and donate.
Donate so I can get my money back somehow. Oh my god, this is
man.
and usually racing games like every time you review a racing game, it looks phenomenal. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And it gets me
Well, that is
wanting
exactly.
to play it. But looking at this, that's Nintendo Switch.
Right.
Mortal Kombat, Nintendo Switch,
Yep.
fucking stylized
Yep.
characters. Like that is
I mean, you can tell the
bad.
polygon count is super low.
Yeah.
It's available on Nintendo Switch.
No.
It should be.
Yeah, I know, right? It probably could play on Nintendo Switch for sure. But it's like I want them to, because they have an interesting roadmap too. Because supposedly, like in December, they're going to bring out Ibiza, another island, which was what TDU2 was centered around. So I was like, man, that's awesome to have 2 big old islands you can like explore. But I just
Bro,
they
you got better games to play, man. Better
gotta
racing
fix
games
it.
to play. Fuck that.
Well, so to that point, I was playing this game and I was getting so pissed off at it crashing. I was like, I still got the Crew Motorfest installed. Let me jump back into that. I was having a freaking blast, man. It's so good. Ubisoft has had shit games for years, but
game.
Ivory Tower that made the Crew Motorfest did a fantastic job with that game. Like, it is so good. It's so fun. I'm having so much fun in the Crew Motorfest. And like you guys said, it's like graphically, it looks
Stunning.
amazing.
Stunning.
It looks so good.
Play that one right there.
Which one?
Top right.
This
over
one?
here.
Oh, this one?
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a guy. So Black Panther is a YouTuber that was actually asked. He's a racing game YouTuber, and he was invited by Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown to come out and play the game early on, and he was like really into it. But obviously, he was playing an optimized version of it. And it's funny seeing his videos now. 'Cause he's like, yeah, I remember when they invited me out. I really loved it, but like, man, it's just hard. And now he's just like been all on Crew Motorfest since it came out, because a lot of the team that actually made the first TDU actually is working for Ivory Tower now. So I think that's where some of this, and it's like Test Drive Unlimited or the Crew Motorfest doesn't do a great job at also encouraging the exploration, because like this is a game that lets you fly and use boats and shit too. So it's like usually what I'll do is just like flip my airplane, just like fly across the map and then get to where I need to go. But like I was really impressed
Look at
with
that.
how diverse the game modes are in this game. Like I played one the other day that's like called Motorsports, where you're literally doing like IndyCar racing on a track, and it's so different. Like you have to go and pull into pit lanes and like change tires out inside of the Crew Motorfest, in addition to like having just played like an off-road focused game mode playlist thing. And it's like, it's so incredibly different.
Look at that.
Yeah. It looks so good.
Look at the water. Oh, see?
Yeah, Ghost
So-
of Tsushima. We need to play this game.
Yeah.
Not this game.
That's
but
what it
Ghost of
looks
Tsushima.
like.
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. So I might just be back to the Crew Motorfest,
Oh,
y'all.
see? Look at that. The comparison.
Oh, night and day, dude.
That's so different. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I understand. I'm sure those people love that game and they want it to be good and successful. Like, but at what point you're just like, we don't need to release this? Like, at what point you just pull the plug?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
We need more Blizzards. Like Blizzard back in the day would just pull the plug on stuff, even if it was like, you know, they were getting pretty close to revealing stuff, and they're just like, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
We just gotta stop right now.
Yeah. That's rough.
Like everyone's just like, let's just release it, see what happens. I'm sure we'll get something.
Yeah. So my recommendation is, as much as I wanted to love Solar Crown,
I'm so glad I didn't get this game.
I'm gonna keep trying to give it a try after they update some stuff just to see what happens with it. But like, I'm back in the Crew Motorfest. Like this is where if I want my racing,
Crew's
like this
where
is
it's
where I
at,
go.
dude.
Or I still recommend Forza Horizon 5 if you have an Xbox.
Yeah, that was
because
so
that's
good.
still like de facto standard. But like this one, they've really done a great. They're updating this game once a month. They have like really cool like updates that have come out. They have I think 20 or 30 different playlists
It's
now.
fucking phenomenal.
And it's just like insane what they've been
This
able
gets
to
me
add to
hyped.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this right here makes me want to like download this game.
you should join me. Yeah,
I want to, man.
I'll play. I'll play with you. I mean, I play it a lot. It's fun. Look at that. Look at those beautiful
Look at that.
cars.
See, compared to the fucking other game, look like fucking,
Yeah, dude.
Hey, look, Black Friday, if it's on sale, you let me know.
Yeah.
same.
I mean, it's probably cheap right now, honestly.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, because they also
When
have
did they come
like
Xbox,
last year
right?
PlayStation.
PlayStation?
Yeah. Because this was my my PlayStation equivalent of
Yeah,
Forza
I know.
Horizon. But some cool missions, man.
Ooh, oh, 70% off on Steam.
Ooh.
It is $20.
Let's see how much it is on PlayStation. The Crew.
That's that Brett.
They even have this new thing called Rivals that they've added, where you can like go through and like fight different racers as you're going down. Like play, like there's a lot of shit in this game, a lot of content. It's crazy.
Say we all buy this game for $20.
Yeah.
How do we convince
Say
Travis?
you
to get
give
it?
me 20
Oh,
bucks.
he won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about for my Christmas
Done.
present? You buy it for me too.
I can't. I don't have any service in here for some reason.
I'll
Oh,
look
'cause
it
you
up
need
on,
to- wait.
No,
Are you still on the Wi-Fi?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because the password changed, so you gotta restart the Wi-Fi.
I ain't worried about it.
Anyway,
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, you'll look it up.
so my Test Drive Limited Solar Crown is out now.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I don't recommend picking it up just yet.
Don't pick it up at all.
I would recommend instead picking up the Crew Motorfest, because the Crew Motorfest is going to bring out 2 new islands this year, and it's going to be really cool. So they have Oahu and they're going to have Maui. So like you have a lot of stuff you can do there, and they're about to bring cops to the game, which is kind of cool. So you can do like hot pursuit and stuff. They got a good system going here. So that's what I would recommend instead of playing a TDU Solar Crown. There's a lot more content here and a lot more personality.
Yeah, good personality.
Yeah,
and the graphics are fucking phenomenal. Make you wet.
Well, the PS5 Pro is going to get an enhanced version of it with Crew Motorfest too. So
fuck off with the PlayStation Pro.
So
stupid.
There you go, y'all. TDU Solar Crown out now, kind of broken.
Play Crew Motorfest.
Play the Crew Motorfest. There you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments below.